This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So far, we are loading the data from the source system to the staging server. Clear? So many a times you need to understand that staging and data warehousing, these are available in single machine. This is machine number 2. Clear? So OLTP, this is what is called OLTP. This is what is called machine number 1. Clear? So in many times, almost all the time, you will be able to find out staging is a separate database and a data warehousing is also separate database. These are going to be available in a single machine. So that machine is called as a data warehousing machine, or people are going to be calling this are OLAP machines, right? OLAP, or we can say data warehousing machine. Wherever you're getting the fresh data, so these machines are called as OLTP machines. Clear? So that's what you need to understand. So OLTP and OLAP. So these are available for the development environment, for the testing environment, for the production environment as well. So what are these environments? We'll discuss later. But if you take any environment, so wherever the developer is working, that environment is called as a development environment. Wherever the tester is testing your packages and your reports and everything, that environment is called as a testing environment. Am I clear? Wherever you have production data, real-time data. For example, when you go to Amazon.com trying to buy something, so where is the data goes? It is going to go to one server. That server is called as a production server, or you can say production OLTP server. Clear? So whenever you do something online or whenever you transfer funds online, so the data has to go to one of the server. So that is called as OLTP server. But OLTP server of which environment? It is production environment. So remember, production environment is going to be having the real-time data. So whatever you and me is working on a development data, which is not a complete data of the company. So they may give you the same database to work. They may give you a TARDIS database, but whatever I had given you, that is, you have taken and you're working. But the real-time data, whenever you purchase any insurance policy, the data is not going to come to your database. The data is going to come to the production database. But whatever you have a TARDIS database or I have a TARDIS database, it is very old database and it is having only few rows, or you can say some 10% of the data from the production server. Clear? So whenever you wanted to work with a company, they are not going to give the permission on the production servers. So whatever be the database that you are going to be working tomorrow, that database will be given to you in a separate machine. The machine is called as a development SQL server. Inside that, they'll be dumping the TARDIS database, but they don't give complete data. They modify the data from the production to here. You will be able to see the complete tables, but you will not be able to see the all the data. Production data will not be there. So you will be given a separate server. So you need to work on the development server, which is a dummy data. Clear? Because tomorrow, if they give the permission on the production server, if you delete any row or if you update any row, or if something goes wrong and suddenly the production server is not working, means the complete business will stop. Clear? So no company is going to be giving you the real-time data access. As a developer, as a tester, you will be able to get a database and the Excel files and everything, but all these files are not the real-time data. So it is old data. At least they would have given you last year data or 5 years back data, or at least some 2 years back data they would have given you, but not complete data of the production. Clear? You will have table names, column names, the data types will not change. But only thing is that the data in the TARDIS database, whatever you have it, That is not the original data. So that's what you need to understand. So we are currently working on a development environment. That's what you need to think of. Clear? So every environment will have OLTP and OLAP. OLTP and OLAP. OLTP means fresh data in that environment. OLAP means from there you have to push the data to the OLAP environment. That's what you need to understand. Now, today, what we're going to do, we're going to be starting with the phase number 2 because we got the data to the staging server. From here, we're going to be moving the data to the phase 2, that is data warehousing server. But if I open my SQL server, I don't have data warehouse setup. Okay. So what I'm trying to give now, I'm trying to give you data warehousing files. Using these files, you should be able to create data warehouse in your SQL server. Clear? So let me open my database. This is my so this is my database. I have TARDIS and I have TARDIS stage. So in the same machine only, I'm going to be using the data warehousing also in the real time. In the real time, TARDIS is available in one server. TARDIS stage and data warehousing is available in one more server. Clear? But unfortunately, I don't have all these servers. I'm going to be creating this data warehousing server in my SQL server. So let me show you a couple of files. Already have given OLTP. So these are the files I had given. So you people have taken. Now today I'm going to be giving data warehousing. So somebody asked about BRD, right? So this document I'm going to be sending. You can read this document. Okay, I will just give it to you. Clear, but you don't understand anything here. So, but I will send it, across all participants. Okay, you just read this BRD and okay. Now we have a data warehousing folder. So this is what I'm going to be giving it to you. So now the next step, what I'm going to be doing in the phase number 2, I have to create a TARDIS DW database. Now this is what I'm going to be doing. So what is the script I have to run? Perform the following. Run DWH scripts. So various DWH scripts are available. So these are available under DWH. The script is DWH script. So when you open the script, so this is the script I'm going to be executing now. If I'm executing, I will be able to get a data warehousing database and all dimension tables and factor tables are going to be created. All tables are blank tables. Clear? So now that is what I'm going to be doing now. I have to set up the data warehousing because I don't have any data warehousing. Clear? So now you go where? So you go to DWH folder. OLTP is done. I will give you this now. You click on this and you go to DWH script. Now what you do? Control A. You copy complete script and copy. Go to SQL Server and open this new query window. And you should be able to paste, right? So you should be able to paste and scroll it up. So use master, create a database called TARDIS DW and use TARDIS DW. So these are the tables it's going to be creating. You should not do anything. So what are the steps I have done? Let me repeat it. Go here and double click on this. You say Control A. Control A means select all. Then you copy. After copying, you can close this. We don't need. You can simply close this. Now we can go to SQL Server, open new query window, and right click on this paste. Simply you go up and see everything is properly copied or not. Everything is fine. Simply click on execute button. That's it. If you click on execute button, it is telling you commands completed successfully. Fine. Now you go refresh. Now you have one more database, TARDIS DW. Now when you open this, you should be able to get all these files, okay? All these tables are created. So these are the tables. You can close the script. Clear? You can close. Then now you can open. You say that use, what is the database name? TARDIS DW. Now go, right? So all the tables which are available to you, let me read one by one. Select star from the dimension table. What is the dimension table I have? This is a dimension table called dimension.currency. This is one table. I don't have any data. So all these are dimension table. Hope you know what is a dimension table and what is a fact table. If you don't know, I am going to be starting next week from next Monday morning 8 o'clock. I'm going to be starting a new batch on the data warehousing concept. You are welcome, right? If you're not good in data warehousing concept, I strongly recommend you have to attend my morning 8 o'clock batch from next Monday. Clear? You send me a separate mail. Sir, I need the meeting ID to join the batch. I'm going to be giving it to you. Make sure that you attend 1 week classes. I'm going to be telling you what is a data warehousing. What does a factor table means? What is a dimension table means? Okay. What is the relationship between the factor table and dimension table? I'm going to be teaching you for 1 week. You don't miss out those classes. People who do not know, or if you wanted to attend once more also, you're welcome to attend. It is going to be starting from next Monday probably. Am I clear? And what time? Morning 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. we're going to be starting what? Data warehousing concepts in depth. So now let me have a dimension policy. There is a uh, dimension dot policy, dimension dot currency. We have policy coverage. So we have a lot many tables, right? So this is one table. So you don't have data anywhere. You're supposed to data. You're supposed to get the data from the data warehousing. So policy section. Then later you have revenue type. Then you should be able to get transaction type, right? You should be able to get the transaction type. Then these are the dimension tables. So totally we have 3 and 3, total 6 dimension tables. And what are the fact tables that we have? Now one is called, fact deduction. This is fine. Then we have one more table called fact premium. This is one more table. So you have second fact table. The next table is fact dot limit. Clear? So these are the tables. These are fact tables. Am I clear, guys? Total we had so many tables in the TARDIS database. When you go to TARDIS, you should be able to get a lot of tables, okay? But for each and every table need not be in the data warehousing, because data warehouse is not for complete data of OLTP, right? You may take subset of a data. You only take few tables and you should be able to create a data warehouse. You can also create one more data warehouse and get few more tables there, okay? It is not guaranteed that all the data of the OLTP will be created as a single data warehousing. Clear? So you may have a subset of tables or few tables will be taken and you have to create a data warehousing. Here, they have taken only the insurance data and these guys have created now. Clear? So we did not touch the claims and everything. So for each and every table, whatever we have taken, for all this table, we have loaded the data into the staging, right? So let us see, you have a currency table. Now the currency table is available here. So from staging, the data has to go to this table. Now there is a policy table and we have a stage policy. From the staging database, the data has to go to this table. Now we have a policy coverage. Now for the policy coverage, we have it here. From this table, the data has to go to this table. Clear? So you have to create a blank dimension tables. Now blank factor tables need to be created. So who's going to be, creating this kind of a designing? Not you. There is a data warehousing architect. Data warehousing architect will be there. So he will be talking to the business. He will be talking to the client, and based on the client's requirement, he is going to be creating a data warehousing. So how the data warehouse can be created and what are the things the architect has to, keep in the mind to create a data warehousing and all, that classes we're going to be having in the from the Mondays sessions. Okay. If you don't know, if you're not able to attend, at least watch my data warehousing videos without fail. Clear? So there are 6 to 7 videos are available in YouTube as well. You should be able to go to YouTube and say Bhaskar Jogi data warehousing videos. Clear? You must watch these videos. So you can say Bhaskar Jogi data warehousing videos are available. Clear? So all the videos are available for free. You make sure that you subscribe my channel and watch all these videos without fail. Am I clear? So there are a couple of videos are available that you should be able to get. Okay. So we have a couple of videos. Okay, guys. So this is compulsorily you need to play and take the notes. Lot of interview questions are going to come from the data warehousing theory and implementation as well. If you're not good in theory, then you don't understand what is a factor table, what is the dimension table, and how the dimension tables and fact table is linked. So a lot of questions are not very clear to you. Am I clear? So there are 6 to 7 questions. While watching the video, I strongly recommend you have the paper and pen with you. You play the video for the 5 minutes, take the notes, pause the video, take the notes, and play the video for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and pause it and take the notes. Draw all the diagrams in the notebook so that your notes is ready. You need not go to the videos again and again, again and again. Clear? So remember this point. So these are the factor tables, these are the dimension table for each and everything. So we have a deduction. For the deduction, there is a stage deduction is available, right? So I think I did not do that, but you have to have stage deduction, stage premium, stage limit is available. I think I did not load those tables here. So these tables are coming from Excel. Clear? So section is the table again coming from the Excel. So that is what we have done it. So total dimension tables are we have 9. Sorry, total dimension tables are 6. Plus there is a factor table and one more extra table. If you observe carefully, there is a dimension dot time. When you go here, there is one more table that you should be able to have it here. The table is called dimension dot time. So this also extra table will be available in your data warehousing. Clear? So it doesn't have any data. So no tables has data. So how do you load the data to these tables? The answer is with the help of SSIS packages only. Clear? So these are the complete tables. So this is extra table got created dimension dot time, and plus these are the tables already we have it in the source, and these are the 3 factor tables that we have. So these are the tables now we are going to be working with. Now, apart from these tables, you have a few more tables. Assure.x reference. So let me have some more tables here. These are called X reference tables. Okay. So where are we going to be using these tables? In case of lookup transformations. Okay. If you have any lookup transformation, so in that lookup transformation, we're going to be using a lookup table called as a reference tables. Clear? So data warehousing is going to be having lot of reference tables. So let me show you these reference tables. One is called assured X reference. So let me say select star from this. Do you have any data? No, you don't have any data. Let me say branch X reference. Do you have any data here? It is a purely blank tables. Clear? So do you have any data in the broker X reference tables? These are not dimension tables, guys. These tables we are going to be using in SSIS packages. Okay. So broker X reference, then you have company X reference. You don't have any data anywhere. Then this table is not needed. You can simply delete this table. Okay. Right click and delete. So policy coverage temp, you delete this. Okay. Now for product X reference. So company X reference, product X reference. Now we don't have any data here. Like that, you should be able to get some more section type X reference. Now you have one more status X reference, and we have underwriter X reference. Okay. So total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total 8 X reference tables, right? So here we have dimension tables are total 7 dimension tables and 3 fact tables, right? So let me save the script. So I wanted to save the script. This is what is called TARDIS DWH tables, okay? Table script. So you better store in your folder. Where is my folder? Go to C drive, go to TARDIS. I should be able to have TARDIS tables, TARDIS state tables, no TARDIS DWH table scripts, okay? Scripts, you can just remove it, simply say tables. Yeah, click on this. Guys, am I clear? So I don't have any data. Now I have to get the data in these tables with the help of a script. Let me go back. So go to the DWH. So I will be sending this DWH now. So you have a reference. Okay. So this is what is called, no, not that. X reference data. DW inserting. This is reference table script. That is what you're going to be having it. So X reference data DW inserting data. When you open this, say Control A. Control A means select all. Copy this. Now you go and open new query window. You paste that. Clear? You should be able to go up. So this script is going to be loading data into these tables. These do not have data. These tables are called as X reference tables. We are going to be using these tables later. So where exactly we are going to be using, we will discuss. But now what you do, you have to load the data, or you can say insert the data into these X reference tables with the help of this script. So how did I get this script? I went to DWH, open this. Now you will have X reference data, DW inserting data, open this, Control A. So copy this. Now after copying this, you should be able to close. I don't need this anymore. You go to SQL Server, and what you do, you can open new query window. You simply paste it. Now you go up. Okay, if you wanted to see, you can go up. Otherwise, you simply click on execute button. That's it. Okay, it is inserting the data. One row got affected, one row got affected. That means it is inserting the data. We can close this. I don't want to save this. Now this is what I have it. Let me check whether we got the data in the table or not. Yes, you got data in this table. We have this much of data. The second table is called branch X reference table. This also has data. You need to check one by one. Do you have data? Yes. So all the reference tables are going to be having data now. You ensure that you got the data in all the tables. Clear, guys? So this is what you have to do it, nothing else. Am I clear? So this is what you should do. but make sure we did not get any data to these tables. You execute now, there is no data at all. You execute this table, dimension table, do you have any data? No, we did not get any data. But how do you get the data to these tables? To get the data, we must create ETL. So ETLs are the things which are going to be dumping the data to the dimension tables and the fact tables. You don't get any data as of now. Even though you run the script, the data is not available in the dimension tables as well as the fact tables. Guys, are you clear? So now what I should do? I have to load the data to the dimension tables first. Okay. To load the data, what we need to do? We have to create. Okay. So run X reference data. This also we have done it. Now the next one, what are we going to be doing? So these are the tables that we're going to be using: policy, policy section, policy coverage, transaction type, revenue type, currency. These are the dimension table. These are the factor tables. And these are the data warehousing X reference tables. These we are going to be using as part of ETLs. Clear? Now, what we should do to load the data to the dimension tables? Now, again, you have to create a fresh SSIS project. Okay. Now what you do to load data to data warehouse. So to load the data to the data warehouse means where? So data warehouse will have dimension tables and the fact tables. So to load the data to the data warehousing, that means to load the data to the dimension tables, fact tables, what we need? We need data warehouse. This is already ready. Okay. So this is ready. Now what you need to do, you have to create a SSIS project. Clear? So this is what I'm going to be doing now. Go to start, dev env, development environment. So Visual Studio 2017, or you can click on this button. So, or you can use SSDT. So mine is, SQL Server 2019. So I will get Visual Studio, but 2017 guys will get SQL Server data tools. Okay. But whatever you have it, you just open the SSDT. Now I'm going to be creating one more project. Earlier, we had created a project that is for the loading data to the station. That is one SSIS project that is done already. Guys, so the first one is called SSIS study stage. This is done already. Now I'm going to be creating a new project, file, new project. Now choose integration services as part of business intelligence. Choose the first one, integration services project. Now I wanted to create SSIS underscore TARDIS. Now this time it is not this one, it is a DWH. So earlier we have created SSIS underscore TARDIS underscore stage. Now I'm going to be creating this, the project name. Okay. So remember this project name is this. You should not give any other names, guys. Follow the naming conventions clearly. Where I wanted to store this. So I would like to go to browse. Now I kept my complete project in my C drive. Go to C drive, go to TARDIS. Now this is one SSIS project. Now let me, choose this TARDIS folder. Now click on select this folder. So this will get created in that folder only. Clear? Now I have created the path. The path where I have created, I have created in C drive. Clear? In C drive, there is a folder called TARDIS. So this is where I have created my project. Am I clear? You should not create here and there. Tomorrow, if I ask you the project, you should not say me that, sir, I don't know where I have created. So don't tell me these kind of answers. I'm giving you step by step, step by step. You do it slowly, and you don't tell me that I lost my project. Okay. So, or my project got corrupted. So you daily what you do some work today, right? You close everything. You close everything. You go to C drive and take a backup. You go to C drive, take a backup of this folder once in a daily in the evenings. Once the work is done, you zip it, right click on this, you simply add it to archive. Okay, you archive this. Wherever you want to archive, you can archive. Go to browse button. So I would like to archive to D drive or F drive. Give the TARDIS. Now you say TARDIS July 06 2020. So let us say underscore backup. Clear? So I'm going to be doing the backup. So why are we doing the backup? Because if this is corrupted, if this is corrupted, you have created lot of things today, lot of tables got added, lot of scripts got added, one project you have created, so lot of things we have done it. So you are zipping this and keeping it here, and don't keep in your computer. You attach, you send to your mailbox. Clear? You have a Gmail, right? Attach it to your mailbox and save it there. So tomorrow if something goes wrong here, if something goes wrong here, what happens? You have a copy. Clear? The same thing people are going to be doing in the companies also, because you are the developer, you will be paid every monthly nice salaries. You will be working on a computer and creating a lot of packages. So tomorrow you supposed to give the solution to the client. But one day before or 2 day before, 2 days before, what happened? There is a fire accident. When there is a fire accident, what happens? Completely computers are gone, completely burnt. Not even single computer is available. The customer will ask you, where is the code? You say that, sir, we lost the code in our fire accident. So the client immediately will take you to the court. Clear? If you get any kind of a risk, that you have to bear it. So client responsibility is to provide the budget and give the requirement. Remaining things, if the code is lost, if there is an earthquake or the fire accident, you should not tell them that there is an earthquake has happened yesterday. I couldn't take the backup. So I have lost everything. So what you should do before going from the office end of the day today, the complete work done today, it will get uploaded to the one more server. That is online servers they'll have. So those servers are called as a source code control servers. So when you make it online, even though you lost your laptop or there is a fire accident, all the computers have burnt. So if something is online, so what happens? It is there safely. So all developers, all testers, everybody will be maintaining what is called as a source code control server. So daily evening, end of the day, you upload your code. When you upload the code, what happens? Automatically, even though you resigned, even though you lost your laptop, even something goes wrong, your code is safe in somewhere. That is not in the local drive, it is online. So you need to upload to Google. Google Mail means online. So you can go to one more computer, open your Gmail and download this archive folder. So that is how the companies are going to be doing. And you should also practice the same thing. You should not tell me that I have lost this. Clear? So since you don't know that, I'm telling you daily, end of the day, once the work is done, you take and use, give the proper naming convention also, so that you can understand this I have taken a copy at this time and so date. So next day evening also to take the same copy, so that if something goes wrong, at least you will be able to get the work till yesterday. So you may be losing a 1 day work, right? If you're start working from today morning 9 o'clock, evening 3 o'clock you may do some work, and 4 o'clock there is an accident, fire accident. So what happens maximum? So morning 9 to evening 3, whatever the work you have done, only that you're going to be losing it. Okay. So till yesterday's work, it is preserved in the email. Clear? So that is what is very, very important. You should also do, and don't keep it in your computer, because backup should be online. Am I clear? So that is what you should do. And I have created a project. Now the first one, what we should do, we have to load the data. We have to load the data of staging data to this. So to load the data from staging to data warehousing, you will be given one more document. So how do I load the data from staging to data warehousing? How to load the data from OLTP to staging? I have told you clearly. you need to truncate the data, load the data to the staging. There is no other thing involved in the staging. Remember, how do you load the data to the staging means you need to tell only one thing. We need to truncate the data and load the data to the staging. The next question, how do you load the data from the staging to data warehousing? So when they ask you that, you should tell them there is a document called, okay, there is a document I'm going to be giving along with the DWH script only. So that is called as a ETL mapping document. So how do you load the data from staging to the data warehousing? If they ask this question, you should tell them that with the help of ETL mapping document. Okay. So how to load the data? It is clearly mentioned in the ETL mapping document. For each and every table, dimension policy, how do you load? Dimension policy section, how do you load? Coverage, transaction type, revenue, dim currency, fact premium, fact limit, fact deduction. How do you load the data to the data warehousing? If somebody asks you, so what are the requirements to load the data into the data warehousing? Do you follow any document? Yes. If you're a ETL developer, if you're a SSIS developer, you have to follow a document called as ETL mapping document. Am I clear? So this is the document I'm going to be giving it to you. Now you need to open this document, ETL mapping document. Okay. So let me explain one by one. So let me go to the first table. So when you click on this triangle button, you will be able to hit the first one. So now it is telling me source database, source table, field name, that is column name, data type, length, precision, target database, target table. Now attribute name, data type, length, precision, blah, 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 you have it. Okay. Then comment. Now when you come down, so there is a beautiful point, business rule. So this is very, very important one that you have to understand clearly. Okay. So you have to understand what is this means. What is this means? What is this means? You need to understand and you should be able to load the data. Am I clear, guys? So this is what we should do it. So how do you load the data to the data warehousing? What is your answer? So while loading the data, so are there any requirements or are there any rules that you need to follow? So how do you load the data to the staging? You know, but how do you load the data to the data warehousing means you have to tell them that we will get a ETL mapping document. With the help of that, so we are going to be using this document to load the data to the each and every dimension table and the fact table. So that's what you need to tell. Clear? So now when we go, the first table, what table I have to load? The first table is called policy table. Okay, or you can take currency table also, doesn't matter. But let me follow the sheet. The first, one is called dimension policy. So this is what I have to do it. This is the first table. Now, what is the source? Source is already, source for you is a TARDIS stage. From here to here, you need to dump the data. To dump the data, we need to create a package. Now, the first package, already I have got one package. Let me rename. You say DWH underscore load dimension dot policy. This is the naming convention. Dot DTSX. Are you clear? So you need to give not the staging. You need to say DWH load dimension dot policy dot DTSX. So this is the package name. Okay. So you have to know, you have to write the simple package names like this. DWH load dim policy. If you go in for the next one, dim policy section. So the next one would be dim policy section like that. So that package names are, to be given like this. So you have to create total 9 packages. Each package is going to be taking one table, loading the data, 6 packages for the dimension table, and 3 packages for the fact table, How do you load data? The requirements are given in the ETL mapping documents. Okay, I have taken. Now I know that where is the source? The source is available. Let me drag and drop a data flow task. Now source is available in the staging. So double click on this. All the data is available in the staging. Staging is OLEDB only. Go to OLEDB source. Double click on this. Now connect it to OLEDB source. What is OLEDB now? The server name. Click on new. I'm going to be using server name is dot, or you can ask the server name of staging. Okay, staging is the source now. So you need to use TAD stage test connection. Done. Now you say click on OK. Now, what is the table that you should use it? The first table that you should use stage policy. That's what I'm going to be working on. So click on the columns. These are the columns I have. So I have to work on these many columns we have. So this. So this will be, you rename this. You can say source now. Source is what now? TAD stage. TAD stage is a source. Now all this data you should be able to dump into data warehousing. Okay. So now if you wanted to dump all the data, you directly connect this and double click on this. You should be able to create a new connection because it is a source. Source is a stage. Now you go, you have to create a new one. Server name is called dot. What is the target database? That is target DW. Test connection is fine. Now you should be able to load the data. So what is the table you should use? You should be able to use a dimension dot policy. Okay, because that is stage dot stage policy. It is dimension dot policy. Now once you choose this, you need to click on mappings. Now when you see lot of things may be matching, may not be matching. Okay, so if everything is matching, fine, but lot of things are not matching properly. Now here for each and every column there is a requirement. So what is the requirement? I'll tell you. The each and every column there is a requirement. So what is the requirement? First column is a master number. Second column means field name is means column name. Remember this. What is field name? It is a column name, nothing else. Okay. So column name, first column, second column, third column. So these are the columns. So what is the data type? You can see. If you see carefully, master number is the first one here. Master number is also first one. Varchar 50, varchar 50, varchar 50 second column. In the destination also you have the same thing. Here you have master status code varchar 2, but here you don't have master status code. They're clearly telling status ID integer. So this data has to go here. That is what they're telling. So we have a varchar 2. The column name is also not the same thing. Column name also changes. So this also changes. That is integer. Now, how do you get the data and load it here? And the requirement will be clearly told. Look up on dbo.status.x reference based on the status code and get the status ID from the X reference table. So, because if you see carefully, this is a third column. Because third column is not available. The column name is now attribute name, or you can say column name. The column name is a master status code. The column name is status ID. It is varchar 2, it is integer. So completely changed in the data warehousing. So how to load the data to this column, but get the data from the source column. So what is the requirement that is given here? Clear? So based on this requirement only, you should be able to load the data to this column. Like that, you will be able to read and do the things. Clear? So for each and every column, you should be able to do lot of circles. Okay? You should not directly dump the data like this. So lot of transformations are going to come in between. Now, let me delete this. So let me take one by one, and let me do the things. Okay. So before doing this activity, let me give you one simple example. Okay. Let me create one table. Guys, I'm going to be giving you one simple example so that you would understand clearly. I have a staging database, let us say stage database I have. This is my source. In the stage, I have a employee table. So employee stage, employee ID, employee name, then employee city I have. So employee ID, say Ram, and the city is in this. Employee ID 2, say John, city from Bangalore. Employee number 3, we have a Raj. Raj is from, let us say, Hyderabad. Like that, we have a lot of data. So I have Kiran. Kiran is from, let us say, Delhi, right? So employee number 5, say Lalit is from Hyderabad. Like that, I have a couple of data. So this is my stage, table. You can say employee stage or stage employee. That is a table name. You supposed to load the data to the data warehousing. Okay, so this is data warehousing. So inside the data warehousing, there is a dim employee. That is the naming convention, right? So here we have an employee ID. We have employee name. So the same data you have to send it here. You have a city ID, but here they have SID. There is a city here. So city is a varchar data. Now it is called as a integer data. Clear? So the customer is telling you, you have to load this data to this table. So employee ID, you can map it. There is no issue. Employee ID integer, integer. Name is name, fine. But here there is a string data, varchar data. So here you have integer data. If you have integer data, how can we load this data? Let me tell you. There is a X reference table. So that I'm going to be using. So there is a city X reference table. So it is going to be having city ID and comma city. Clear? City ID 10, say Bangalore. City ID 20, let us say Delhi. City ID number 30, Pune. City number 40, let us say Bangalore. City number 50, let us say something else. Okay. So Vizag. So I have a lot of data is available in the X reference table. Now I have to load the data. I cannot simply take the data as it is from here. You cannot load it. Why? So here city ID, I need not the city name. Clear? So what I should do? So you have to do load these two rows perfectly fine. It will come. But to get the city ID, you take the Hyderabad and you map it here. So where is Hyderabad? So unfortunately, this Hyderabad we have, there is no matching entry. There is no matching. For example, you say this is matched record. So this Hyderabad and this Hyderabad is matching. Now, when you match this data and this data, you will be able to get what is called as a 50. The 50 that you have to give it here. Guys, are you clear? So how do you get the data to the dim employee table? So ETL mapping document says, it will say like this. So what is the business rule? Business rule I'm going to be giving you. So now the rule will be like this. What is the source column? Okay, what is the source table? What is the column name? And what is the data type? Okay, now here destination and destination column name and data type. You have business rule. Business rule. So these are the things that will be there in the ETL mapping document. So let me show you how. The source is stage employee. From there, you need to get the data. Okay. So in this table, what is the column name? The first column name is called employee ID. So that is the column name, employee ID. The data type, what we have it there, it is integer. So then destination, what is the column name? Employee ID. So destination is employee ID. What is the column name? So destination table is called a dim employee. Sorry, let me write it here. The dim employee. Now, what is the column name? It is the column name is employee ID. Data type is integer. Now, what is a business rule? Which is a business key, or you can say primary key. Okay, because employee ID is a primary key. So that is what they mentioned about the first column. What is the second column? The second column in the source is called name. If you see, what is the second column here? The second column is called name. It could be some varchar 50. Okay, the length. So here it is the same as a name, the varchar 50. Clear? That is what it will written. So here no rule as of now, nothing. The third one is called city. It is what is called varchar, let us say 10. But here there is no city, it is a SID. So here they have an integer. So what is the business rule here? The business rule is that they're saying look up on, remember this is how they write, look up on city X reference table. Are you getting? So this is how they will be having a business rule. So to load the data into this, because the column name is not same first, that is fine. Varchar 10 here integer. So if you see this is integer, and but how do you get the data? This data you cannot load it. So you need to convert something. So what is the transformation you should apply? They're telling you. Look up on any questions, guys, are muted. Somebody is unmuted. Please mute yourself. Gaurav, you have muted, unmuted. Okay. So you will be able to get a ETL mapping. ETL mapping document will be given to load this data. They'll be saying look up on city of X reference table based on which column? Based on city column. Based on city. So what is the meaning? They're saying you take this city and this city, you map it. You take this city and this city, you map it. Look up means, you need to do a searching. Use this as a X reference table and lookup table, and you have to match this one, whatever be the data that we have, you map and get the city ID. That's what X reference table based on the city, and get what? And get city ID. This is the rule. Clear? So that is what you should be able to do it. So, so this is the second column. So if you do this, this is what is done. Nothing else. Clear? So this is what you need to follow. What is the primary key? This is the EID primary key. Second column doesn't have any problem. The third column has an issue. The third column is actually city, but city should not get inserted. You need to apply a lookup transformation. If you go clearly, it is saying look up on dbo.status.x reference table based on the status code and get the status ID. That is what they say. So the first one you should do. See the first one. First one, these two, master number, and if you see, these two are the business keys. Now when you go and try to execute the dim policy, master number, master sequence number, this is a business key. But what is this policy ID? Policy ID is a primary key. It is not a primary key because they're clearly telling master number, master sequence number. This is what is called a primary key for them. So here, business key means a primary key. What are the business keys? You have, this is a composite primary key, master number and the master sequence number. This is the primary key. But what is this policy ID? So if I wanted to see what is this policy ID, let me do one thing. SP underscore help. In the single quotes, you give this table name. Okay. You go and try to execute. What is this all about? What is this policy ID? Policy ID integer 4 byte. Policy ID is a identity column. Identity means what? CD is 1, increment is 1. That means automatically it is going to be getting the data. So policy ID is not getting the data from the source. It is a automatic column. So it is not going to get the data from source. So it is automatically, when you insert the data into remaining rows, remaining columns, automatically policy ID is going to be getting the data. So they did not, include that column at all, because anyhow it is automatic number in the destination. Whether we have a policy ID in the source. So let me go to source. What is source? This one. Let me go to policy table. Let me open this. Do we have a policy ID here? So we have a policy ID, but even though there is a policy ID, this is not the data I'm going to be taking to the destination. Clear? So they did not include in this document at all. Even though the policy ID available in the source, I am not going to be taking its data to the destination, because the destination I'm going to be creating on my own. How? Because if you execute this, it is clearly telling me it is an identity column. So that means what? I am not going to take the data from the source. So this column is available in the source. This column is available in the destination, but I don't want to take the source data. I wanted to create my own data. The architect is decided this is an identity column. So he is not going to take whatever be the data that you have it here. So let me go and try to select 1,000 rows. I am getting some policy number here. So I am not going to be taking this number to the destination at all. The destination number is going to be starting with 1 always. I'm going to be taking the data from this one, this one, this one. All the remaining data I will be able to take to the destination, but I am not going to be taking this. How? Because clearly they're telling, if you go and see, are there any automatic numbered columns, auto numbered columns, policy ID? This column is not going to get the data from the source. Clear? So remaining columns you should be able to get it. What is the next one? Next one is a business key, that is master number, master sequence number. That is also fine. So the next one is called this. Next column is what? Master status code. Now here I have a status ID. Now what I should do? I should do look up on DBO dot status X reference. So I go here. So what I do, lookup on means I have to go to common transformation, get lookup. Okay, get lookup. Always you connect the blue pipe. Now double click on this. What is it saying? It is saying you rename this saying lookup on status X reference based on what? They'll be telling you based on status code and get the status ID. Based on what? Status code and get status ID. The status ID you should be able to include here. So let me drag and drop, rename, double click on this. You have to go here, say redirect rows to no match output. Now go to connection. So where is my X reference table? That is available in the data warehousing. Okay, it is not available here. I would like to go to TARDIS DW, go here. Now I have to go to X reference table, status X reference, that is here. So when you go to columns, I have to map two columns. What are the two columns we have to map? I am saying status code. You see this. Look up on DBO. Let me copy this. Let me copy and paste it here. What is the requirement? You read clearly. Look up on X reference based on the status code. Status code to status code you have to map. So where is the status code? Let me go. Status code. You don't have status code. You have a status code here. There is a master status code. Okay. So this master status code to you have to map it. That is what is called match and get the status ID. That means you need to check like this. So whenever you check like this, you will be able to get the status ID. You rename this to underscore LKP. That means this column I am getting from the after lookup. Clear? So what we have done, I'll tell you. I am telling you, you no match output, go to connection, connect it to the data warehousing, use the X reference table. Why X reference table? Because they're saying status X reference based on the status code. So this you need to include as a this one X reference table as a reference table. You need to map status code. Source column has master status code. The reference table has simply status code. Okay, so you need to map this and this you need to map and get what you have to get a status ID. That is what I have done it. Okay, go to columns, master status code. This is the reference table, right? Get the status ID, click on OK. So this one I have done it. Now the next column, what is the next column? You need to come, the source is a stage, the table name is policy. Master code, you have varchar 6. Now if you come here, here it is a product code, here it is a product ID. You have to use one more comment. Let me copy this comment. Let me go and read it carefully. What they're saying, look up on DWH product X reference based on the product code and get the product ID from the X reference table. The same thing. So now I take one more lookup. The next thing, I have to take the blue pipe. Now take always lookup match data. Go here and double click on this. Before double clicking on, let me rename. What is that I would like to have? Let me use this. Product code, okay? And get the product ID. So this is what I'm going to be copying, and you go always rename what you're doing it. Rename and go. Okay, now let me take and you should be able to keep like this. Double click on this. Always you go redirect rows to no match output. You're saying connection to be given to the data warehousing because X reference tables are available. What table you should use it? Product X reference. Now you go to product X reference. If you wanted to go, you should be able to see. Now in this, which column they're asking you to map it? So there is a product ID, product code. They're saying product code and a product code, you map it, get the product ID from the X reference table. Now you go product code to product code, you need to map it, get the product ID from this table only. So this is the table, product table that you can see once. What is the data that you have? This is integer data. Let me go choose product X reference. Where is that? This is the one. Now which columns I have to map it? Now you need to maximize the window. Now maximize this. You need to bring this like this. Maximize it, maximize it, maximize it. Now product code. We don't have a product code. We have a master product code. Product code to product code. You need to map it. Get the product ID. You have to underscore lookup. So this product ID, I got it after the lookup. Clear? So that's it. The second one is also done. Now, after this is done, I don't have any business rules for the next thing. So you need not worry about these two things. Year of account, master reference number. You should not do anything there. The next one I should be able to do. This is the one. So here again, they're telling, come this side. Assured name code I have here, but here I have a assured ID. What we should do? Same thing. Look up on, copy this. Copy this. The next one is this. Look up on assured X reference table based on the assured code. Okay, and get the assured ID from X reference table. Always you copy this and go here and get one more lookup. Okay, destination let us connect later, and always you have to map lookup match data. Clear? Double click on this. Always you have to say redirect rows and go to the columns stage, not the stage, data warehouse. Now which table I have to connect it to? So this is the assured X reference table I have to connect to, and what columns I have to map it? Now the columns I have to map it. Assured code to assured code, get assured ID. So let me go to assured X reference. Let me execute this table, and so we have assured code. Assured code to assured code, you have to map it and get the assured ID. Clear? Now you go assured code, master status code we have, but is there any assured code? You can maximize the window. Guys, you need to do like this for all the tables as per ETL mapping document. Assured X reference. Okay. So assured code. Do we have any assured code here? Check. Any assured code? Do we have any assured code? There is no assured code here. There is assured name code. Okay. The column names may not be clear. You may have assured name code. Okay. This assured name code and assured code we can have it. Since I am a senior, I know if you're not know, because the column names sometimes may not be, clear enough to understand. You can see the data, assured name code, what kind of data you have it in the staging. So let me go to policy table, right? This is the policy table. We have assured name code, something like master status. You have the assured name code. You have this kind of a data. Okay. So this is assured name code. But in the reference table, we have assured code. You're having same kind of a data. If you see the data is matching, okay? The column names are not matching. These are matching, okay? So you have to take like that assured name code and name code. You have to map. You can also see like this, edit mappings and see assured name code to assured code is mapping. Clear? So check assured ID. You say underscore lookup. Clear? This is how you have to do all the lookups. Now you can rename. Control C. Then you should be able to have the control V here. Clear? So always you get the mapping data. So what happens now? According to our diagram, so always you get one row, Hyderabad to Hyderabad. You link it, you will be able to load the data. Now read the next data, Bangalore. Bangalore, do we have any Bangalore? Yes, Bangalore is 10. So you should be able to get these two. And here you will be able to get a 10. Okay. For example, I have not Hyderabad here. I have, let us say, some more city, Kanpur. Now you take this data. So Kanpur doesn't have any matching record. Do you have any matching record here? So this is not going to go to the destination. You have a 5 rows, but because of there is no matching data is not going to go there. The next data Delhi, Delhi we have S20. So this record is going to go here. This record is going to go here. Here, Delhi means what is a Delhi? Delhi is 20. So that record is going to go here. The next Hyderabad, this is going to come. Is going to come. Now you have HYD. What is HYD here? HYD is 50. So that is how the data gets loaded. You have now only 4 rows. So why 4 rows? Now you know. Why only 4 rows? Because some of the data is unmatched data that we are not taking as of now. We are simply leaving. So this row is we left. We did not save it anywhere. So this city is not available. If something is not matching, you will be able to get the less data to the destination. So policy table has, how much of data? Policy table has a total. When you execute it, you will be able to see 1,000 rows. Okay, but dimension, this table is going to be getting not that much of a data. The number I think I have given, it is going to be getting 379 rows only. You have 1,000 rows in the source, but in the dimension dot policy, you're supposed to get a 379 rows or 376, 379. I think you will get it. So where is the remaining data gone? It is unmatched data. As of now, we are not concentrating on the unmatched data. But once we complete this loading, then we'll come back to the unmatched data, because customer will say, okay, I have given so much of data, but you have taken only 379 rows. What about the remaining data? What will you do with the data? Will you leave it as it is? So what is that you're going to be doing tomorrow? So that is also, we have to, do something for the unmatched data as well. Clear? So as of now, we are not concentrating on the unmatched data. We are completely getting the ETL requirements based on the ETL document. Now I have done it for the 1, 2, then 3. Continue with the broker X reference also. You take this copy. Now you take this. Okay. So look up on broker.x reference table based on broker code. Okay. Broker code and get the broker ID. Now you take this. It is very, very simple. Now you can understand. You simply take the what is that we should do? They're simply giving. So we have done these four. Let me at least put like this, because I have done. So this is what I'm going to be doing now. Let me go drag and drop one more lookup, and always we have to match the get the lookup match data, because no match data we can discuss later. Am I clear, guys? Now this is the rename, and you have to, this is the destination, we'll leave it later. Broker X reference, always you need to put like this: redirect rows to no match output, connection is data warehousing, the broker X reference. Clear? Based on the broker code, I think, right? Broker code, get the broker ID. So you go, and always you need to maximize it. So this is how the data warehousing dimension tables are loaded on, based on what? Based on a ETL mapping document. If you don't have any ETL mapping document, you cannot load the data to the data warehousing. Am I clear? So based on what? Broker code. So I have a broker code. Do we have any broker code? No. Broker name code is there. So broker name code to broker code. If you have a code, that is, you can search, but I'm sure you don't have a broker code here. You have a broker name code. You can also see like this, right click, edit. You can see clearly broker name code to broker code. You have mapped it, and get what? Broker ID underscore lookup. So perfectly fine. So this is also, I have done it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I have done it. Now this one, they're saying default. When you go here, they have a brand department name they have, but whatever be the department name, for that department name they would like to have a department ID, that is 1. Clear? So they're saying you have to give a department ID equals to 1 as a department value. Let me give you in my example. Okay. So this is the data, source data I'm loading. So here we have a department name. So this guy belongs to sales department. This guy belong to technical department, and let us say sales department. Let me say is part of R&D. This guy is sales department. I have some department. Okay. So now one is called X reference table. This I'm using. Then we have one more table is called department X reference table. I have one more table. I'll say department ID and department name. Okay. Department number 1, they have, let us say, sales. Department number 2, technical. And department number 3, say R&D. Like that, they have different department number, say, therefore some accounts department. Like that, they have a couple of departments. Now, what now this said, don't do any kind of a lookup now. They don't need any lookup. They're saying all the department name, I don't need the department name here to be added. So I need to have a department ID. Okay. You should not do the lookup also. Simply for everybody, you put 1 as a default value. For everybody, whatever be the department, forget about it. They may be having a sales department, technical department, sales, R&D, whatever it is. You take 1. What is a 1? 1 is a sales department. So you need to give simply 1 as a department. So whatever be the department name that have, you don't do any kind of a lookup. Simply give some default value. The default value is 1. What is 1? 1 is called sales department. So that is how you're going to be doing. Now here they don't need any lookup. So department ID, they need the department names, but whatever be the department that they have, I wanted to have department ID as 1. This is the default. So how do you give default? You have to simply go here. To give the defaults, you have to use derived column transformation. Clear? Go. Get always matched data. Click on OK. Now right click, you can say it is a derived column, give defaults. Okay. To give default values. So double click on this. What column you need to give? Okay. You need to say, you have to say department ID. So you will be able to say what is the column name here. So the column name is called department ID. You take this, copy, and you go derived column name department ID. Add as a new column, you give 1 as a department. Clear? So this is the, you can say underscore derived. So that means the department ID you have created in the where derived column. Can give like this. Clear? So that is what you need to give. So derived department ID always 1. It is, you can say underscore derived. That means what? You are getting from the derived column transformation. Clear? So that is the default value given. Now you go back here. This is done. Remaining things also you should be able to do. For these, you don't need to do anything. So we have 3 more things to do. One is called lookup branch X reference. Then let me take this. Copy. So the next one is this. Lookup on branch X reference branch based on the branch code and get the branch ID. So this is the one more lookup. I should be able to use again one more lookup. Go back here and always connect like this. Double click on this. Before double clicking on, let me rename this. Done. Double click on this. Always, many people will forget file component. Then it will give you always the red symbol only. Clear? So always remember to change this redirect rows to no match output connection to the TARDIS data warehousing. Now you say branch X reference. Okay, branch X reference is there. The window. Okay, based on the branch code, you can bring it down. So there is a branch code, right? Branch code we have. Do we have the branch code here? So unfortunately, branch ID is there, branch name is there, branch name is there, branch code is there. So what is that? They wanted to map it. They wanted to map branch code. Let me remove this. Okay, branch code and get the branch ID. So there is no branch code at all here. So did we have the branch code here? Here you come down and see. See, they're clearly saying there is no branch code. Branch name only they have it. Okay, branch name to branch code you have to map it. So based on branch name to branch code. Okay, so based on branch name to branch code and get the branch ID. Now you go there, branch name to branch code you have to map it. So clearly mapped or not, right click on this edit mapping. So you need to check branch name is mapped to branch code. Clear? Yeah. Yeah, tell me. There is a branch name, right? The branch name to branch name is available, but they are not given like this. If you see the document clearly, they're mapping simply what branch name, and they're asking you to go to the branch code. Clear? So that's what you need to map, branch name to branch code. Clear? The naming, you have a branch name here, you have a branch name here, you should not map it. If you map it, you're gone. Clear? Branch name to branch code, get the branch ID underscore, this is a lookup. After lookup, you will get the data. So this is also done. Keep on saving, keep on saving. Now the next one, this is done. This is also done. And the next one, there is a blank here. For this one, policy domicile, as it is varchar 5 domicile varchar 5, as it is I can dump the data, there is no issue. The next one is this call. You can see carefully, company name to company code, you need to get it based on the company ID. Copy this and you go and look up on dbo.company X reference based on the company code. Company code to code and get the company ID. So let me control C, go. You know, this is very big package now. You're able to get one more lookup. So go, always take the mapping. Now like this, go, right click on this. Always you go like this, go to connection, get the company X reference, go to columns. Now you maximize the window. This is pretty much easy now. It is lengthy, but pretty much easy. So you never forget where exactly you have used your X reference table. They will ask you, where exactly did you use lookup transformation in your program? Can you tell me one package from starting to end? What are the ETL business rules you have implemented? And how did you load the data? What are the fact tables you have? What are the dimension tables you have? What are the columns? On what basis you are able to map? So which document are you using to load the data to the data warehousing? Now all of them can be answered with the help of today's session. Clear? So now company code, right? So we have a company name, I think. A company name is available here, right? So where is this? This is the one I'm talking about. There's a company name. Company name to company code. Let me go back. Company name. Where is this? Company name to company code. Get the company ID. You right click, edit mappings, company name to company code. You can also see the what is called as a data types. When you mouse over it, you can see this is DTR string. And what is this? Company code. This is also DTR string. What is the length? Length is we have 8. See the length here. The length is 8. The length is company code. That is 50. The length is not same. But even though length is not same, I cannot do anything because it is given by the architect. These tables I did not create on my own. It is there in the company. We cannot do anything. So let me rename this and you go back, rename. Clear? Done. Now this is also done. I need not do anything. Last one I should do it. This is the last one. Copy, go back and paste it. Look up on X reference table based on the underwriter code. Okay, and get what? Underwriter ID. So this is the one I wanted to go and implement it, underwriter ID. So always you map matching data only, unmatched data we'll discuss later. Double click on this. Always you need to change this. Go to connection, TARDIS data warehouse. So underwriter X reference table based on what column? Underwriter code. Clear? You go maximize the window. Guys, so you should be able to do underwriter code. Where is the underwriter code, guys? So underwriter name code we have. Okay, this is underwriter code. So underwriter name code only, I think we have it here. So just check what is the source column name. This underwriter name code only to be taken to underwriter code. Name code to be taken to underwriter code and take underwriter ID. And this is what is called underscore lookup. Okay, now done. Now later we have to implement. So these things also, this is also done. Now you have to implement 4 defaults. Okay, what are the default columns? Now these are method of acceptance ID, renewal ID, class ID, area ID. These are defaults. Whatever be the value in the source method of whatever be the value that you have it in the source, but here for all these things you need to have defaults. Okay, so let me take how to create a default value that you know. You need to give a derived column transformation. Okay, so all this data you can give. Now matching data here you can give default. So the first column is, you can take this column is a default, right? You take control. Let me take these 4 columns first. These are the 4 columns we're going to be using as defaults. The first one is this control C. Let me go and give here, yeah guys, underscore, this is a derived column. Now you give 1. So the next one, control C, and you say underscore derived. Okay,
Sir, one doubt, sir.
this is also 1. Yeah, please, please, please.
Sir,
The next one, tell
we,
me.
we have
Class
already
ID.
implemented the derived column transformation. So can't we add these 4 fields into that same transformation?
We can have it. We can have it. There is no problem. We can also have it there, or we can also create one. There is no issue. Clear?
So, so
Yeah. Yeah. That we'll discuss later. But as of now, first time you're doing, right? So let
yes,
me
sir.
create kind of an issue.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Now derived. Okay. So all these are the 4 derived columns. You're able to give once. How to give the default in the SSIS packages? So you can give the column name underscore derived. So these are the columns. Click on OK. Now he's asking, sir, can't I give these 4 here? The answer is you can give. Those 4 can be added here also. But I don't want to again go back and give it. So let me continue like this one by one. I'm just giving. So let me make it smaller size. Okay. When you bring this, it will get the smaller and bigger. Okay. You can just make it small. Now I have done. Okay, everything I have done it. At the end, you need to take this OLEDB destination, and at the end, all the data has to go here. Clear? Let me rename it. This is the not local host. This is what is called a destination underscore TARDIS DWH underscore DWH. Like that, you can give meaningful. Don't say local host. It is a source and it is a destination. Clear? Now you go, you have to clearly mapping again by seeing this document clearly. Okay. So what tables need to be, what columns need to be mapped one by one. You go and you need to double click on this. So you take fast load dimension dot policy and go to mappings. Very, very importantly, policy ID, it is an automatic number in the destination. So I told you policy ID automatic number. How did I know? I had executed this. Okay, when you execute, I came to know that automatically numbers are getting generated. It should not, or it will not take any data from the source. We can say ignore. Okay, you can say go up and say ignore. That means source data should not be dumped onto this. If you're trying to dump, it will give you an error. So before executing the package, you should know in and out of the uh, destination table. Sir, I don't know. Nobody told me that this is automatic number. Nobody will tell you in the company. They'll tell you, do you know this kind of a command? You try to examine the table by executing this kind of a things. Nobody will tell you that you need to go there and see the table structure, which is automatic, which is integer. Nobody will tell you in the company. Everybody is busy. They will give you some work. You have to do all these things. Read the ETL mapping document, execute SP underscore help text, see the stage data, see that this data, that data, X reference table, everything you have to do it. If you're not doing, then definitely there is an issue for you. Clear? So nobody will tell you. So they're telling master number, master sequence number, they can map. So status ID, it cannot map. I have to map. Status ID is coming from source as well. If you see clearly, I have a status ID available in the source as well. If you go to stage policy, there is a status ID here. I don't need this status ID. I need to get the status ID underscore lookup. So that is what we have created. If you go to this, we are getting status ID underscore lookup. So this column I need to take it, not the source. Source has also status ID. This I don't need. Try to understand. I need underscore lookup value. This mapping is very, very important, guys. What you are mapping after lookup, you have to simply go. You have to say status ID underscore lookup. When you come down, lot of lookup things are available. So you say status ID underscore lookup. Product ID, I don't need it. If you see product table, so they have a product ID, but they have the product ID based on the lookup, right? So you have product ID underscore lookup. So when you see the table, there is a product ID already. So this they don't need. They need product ID underscore lookup. Because many people, what they do, they have the same column name. Let me have it. No, they need to say product under lookup. Year of account as it is, because year of account. So now you see this one I have given lookups. Year of account. So you can say year of account is mapped to year of account. You can see that clearly. Year of account is mapped to year of account. Now master reference number is mapped to master reference number. Like that you need to map. Now assured ID is not mapped to assured ID. Now you see the next one is assured ID, right? This is not mapped to assured ID. You have to use assured ID lookup. So when you go down, you will be able to get assured ID lookup. Now broker ID, no. Come down, broker ID lookup. Department ID. Department ID, now you see what is the department after broker ID. Department ID is what? It is a default value. I have created department ID underscore derived. Clear? So that I have to use. Department ID, come down, underscore. You need to give meaningful things, then keep remember that. What is the name I had given? So department ID underscore derived. Clear? And branch ID lookup we have, right? Branch ID lookup, area ID. Do we have any area ID here? So branch ID, area ID we have. Where is that area ID? So branch ID is right. Area ID, there is no column mentioned. I think area ID they forgot, but nothing is mentioned here. So area ID, that will leave it as it is. Because we did not do any area ID underscore lookup, right? Did we do? I don't think so. We have done area and IDs. So that is not there. Clear? Area ID, we have a derived column. Okay. So area ID is a derived column that they would have mentioned somewhere. So is it down? Okay. Area ID is derived column. So that I have matched. Very fantastic. Okay. Now domicile, there is no domicile. Domicile, there is no change. So where is the domicile? When you come down, so domicile is here. Then the company X reference, domicile. Then class ID also we have derived column. Class ID derived. Company ID. Do we have any company ID underscore? Yes. Inception date, there is no change. We did not do anything. Inception date is as it is, nothing is there. Then we have expiry date, nothing is there. Let me go there. Expiry date, inception date as it is, come down. Then underwriter ID, we have underwriter ID underscore lookup. Okay, method of acceptance ID. Do we have something here? Method of acceptance ID default value. Now you go there. So there is a default value derived column. Renewal status ID. Do we have anything here? Renewal status ID is a default value. You have to give that one. Renewal status ID. Renewal status ID default will be there. Yes. Renewal status code. Is there any renewal status code here? So you can see renewal status code is not mentioned here, but that is fine. Renewal status code is not there, but if you can just leave it. Renewal status code, we have date created, date expired. All these are extra columns. Date created, okay. Date created, date expired, date updated, current Y, source system ID. I am not getting any data. If I don't have anything here, so I need not map these columns. That is the meaning. So these columns need not be mapped. Date created, date expired, you need not be mapped. That's what it is saying. But even though you map it, nothing will happen. You can simply ignore. You can simply ignore. You need not map it. You can simply ignore if you wanted to have it. Otherwise, leave it. It is not very important. Date created, ignore. Okay. So, or you can say date expired. You can just date updated. Let us leave it. So these will be always available. So these are four. Date created, date expired, date updated. These are every table has, if you see carefully. Okay. So date created, date expired, update, updated, current YN, source system ID. You can map them or leave them even though nothing is mentioned in the document. Clear? So lot of things we had done it, and remaining things we can just leave, click on OK. Okay. Now this is my complete package. Save this, and you can say format auto layout diagram. Neatly diagram is organized. See now, neatly it is organized. Clear? So this is loading the data to where? It is loading into DimPolicy. Okay, inserting into policy table. So you should not truncate and load the data. Okay, you simply execute this package. Now you have to go to format auto layout diagram. Neatly it will get organized. Okay, so if you wanted to have, some people I had seen, some people will be doing like this. It will organizing something here. Okay, and they will be taking it like this, and they will be taking it further. So like that they would like to have something. Okay, so like that some people are adjusting neatly like this, because end of the day, so this is the complete package that they have it. Okay, so now you can see this is my complete package. Okay, from here I am again putting and coming. I'm going to be getting like this, neatly organized. Now, okay, something like this we can have it. So this is the final output. Now save the package. Now 1 2, okay, neatly organize this. Now you save and execute the package. You don't have any data is available in this package. I don't have anything. Let me save here. Click on execute. Right? So everything is properly done. If you see, 1000 rows you got it, 1000 rows gone, 994 rows you're getting. So some unmatched data. Now from broker code to derived table, if derived column, if you see from the broker table only lot of data is getting unmatched. So from 379 rows are going 379, 379, 379, 379. In which table you got lot of unmatched data? In the broker code table, broker X reference. Now you should be able to see 379 rows as expected. Now is automatic number I'm getting. Have you seen this? So I'm able to get automatic number. You have to get 379 rows here. Clear? By mistake, if you run the package second time, you will get the duplicated data. Then we cannot do anything. Don't by mistake also don't do anything because we are not truncating and loading here. If you truncate and load, we'll get the duplicated data. If you try to execute this button now, what happens? You will get a lot of duplicated data. So it will have a lot of issues. Now you need to be careful. Don't execute as of now. You're able to get 379 rows as expected. This data I'm not getting from the source because if you source, this is my source column, source table. So I'm going to this and try to execute this. You're able to get these numbers, policy IDs. But if you see the policy ID numbers are something different, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what you need to do for the policy. What is the next table? The next table is available here, dim policy section. Same thing you should do. You have only one lookup and this is one more lookup. Okay. This is one default. And dim coverage also, you have only one thing. Dim transaction type, you don't have anything, nothing. Simply dump the data as it is. Dim revenue, you don't have anything. Dimension currency, you don't have anything. Fact premium, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lookups. Fact limit, you have this lookups. Fact deduction, you have this lookups. Okay? So what you do, you start with the second table. What is the second table? That is from the dim policy I have done it. So dim policy coverage. Clear? From here, you have to start loading so that you should be able to do at least half of the tables, if not remaining tables, at least half of the tables you do it. If you get any kind of an issue, for example, if you're getting some issue, you ask me anytime. Okay. So you ping me, you ask me. So you should be able to do this activity. So tomorrow we'll load this, you load this, and we'll continue further. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm going to be sharing the DWH, this folder to you after this meeting, and you will be able to download it. And I'll be sharing this BRD as well. And I'm going to give you this PPT, what I'm using. The PPT also, I'm going to be giving it to you. So don't worry. Clear? So thank you guys. So the complexity will start now. If you do any minor issue, if you're not mapping properly in the OLEDB destination mapping, then every column will get a different data. So how do you load the data to the data warehousing means? You need to tell them that with the help of ETL mapping document, who's going to be creating ETL mapping document? It is created by the architect who's doing the data warehousing design. For example, I'm the senior. I will create a data warehousing architecture. ETL mapping documents will be created by me. I will be giving it to the developers. Clear? So every project will have a developer. Every project will have an architect, right? Architect, that is me. I'll be giving you ETL mapping documents. If you have any doubt, you can come back to me. I am there as an architect for you. Clear? I will give the solutions for that. Any questions? Are welcome if you have something.